Hi everyone, good morning, and welcome to my little studio. So we are going to talk a little bit about movement and mobility today. It is not the fun, sexy stuff that you think about when you think about going and working out, and this is the boring side of it, but it's also the most valuable, I believe, and it's going to actually help your body feel better from today until the day you die. So this should be considered exciting, although when I start to talk about mobility and flexibility and how important it is to you and your lifestyle, most people's eyes start to glaze over and I lose their interest pretty fast. So today is my gift to you. For the next 5 days, we are going to talk about mobility and why you need it. And I'm going to show you ways to make it so simple to add into your daily life. All right, so you can see that I am not wearing my gym clothes. There's a reason for that. This kind of work is not something that you need to change your clothes for. This kind of work is something that you do in the morning when you wake up, perhaps. You do it throughout your day. You do it right before you go to bed. When I decided to make this series for you guys, I gave myself 3 rules. And the 3 rules were, it had to be easy and simple to do. It had to be able to be done standing up. And it required no equipment. So see how easy I made this for you. At the end of all of this week, I plan to put together a little video to show you how I incorporate it into my daily life. But for now, we're gonna just break down each day and how to do it. Taking a different joint and working with that. Okay, so I have for you at the moment, today, our first day, we're going to work our spinal mobility. And I think that it is actually one of the most important, but also one of the most forgotten pieces. So I'm excited to share this with you. I've got 3 planes of motion that we're gonna work this through. You can do this standing, which of course was one of my rules, but also you can do this in a chair. If you find that your body has trouble with these movements, try backing up to a wall and doing it against the wall. Sometimes having that proprioception change and have that wall be your buddy can make this a little bit easier. As we're going through these movements through the next 5 days, also think to yourself or notice to yourself if there are some movements that maybe feel fine on one side, but maybe not on the other side. So there could be some little discrepancies that maybe you never noticed. And it's good to be aware of them. If you would like to change that and you're wondering why one hip raises and the other doesn't, then come see me and we can do some movement analysis and figure out why in the world. Maybe it was an old injury, maybe it's scar tissue, maybe it's trauma, like a nervous system trauma. It could be anything, but I'd be happy to help you work through that. Anyway, okay, so today, getting back to spinal mobility. We've got it in 3 planes of motion. So I'm gonna show you sagittal, frontal, and transverse plane. These are gonna be different. Now this is very similar to cat-cow, if you've done that in yoga. And the only difference is we're standing up. But standing is great because now we can actually add in a little bit of internal shoulder and arm motion and to add that external when we come up, so it actually really gets everything, which we can't necessarily do on the floor. So here we go. So we're going to take it in. You can just think about kind of a spiral as it rolls in and out. Okay, so that would be your sagittal plane of motion. If we wanted to take it into a frontal plane of motion, we can take this hip and take the rib cage and drive them together like so. Okay, and then the other side. And this feels so nice. It's as easy as that. Now, if I wanted to take it into the transverse plane and add a twist, I would take my hips and go in one direction, take my rib cage and go in the opposite direction. And then back to neutral and switch it. Back to neutral and switch it. If some of these movements seem a bit of a challenge, try taking it up to a wall. Put your back against the wall and use the wall as your buddy as you reach into it and away from it. Okay, so again, that can be done easily in the morning and it feels awesome. Tomorrow I'll have more for you. We'll get other bits and pieces of the body feeling more mobile. I'll see you then.